So for the past couple of years, I've created a checklist that I go through before taking any of my bearded dragons to the vet. Let's face it, vets can be pricey. A simple vet visit could cost a couple $100s, and even though I think it's important to take your bearded dragons to the vet, sometimes your bearded dragon isn't sick. So I decided in this video to show you guys 5 signs to look out for to see if your bearded dragon is actually sick. Now at the end of the day, if your bearded dragon is actually sick, take it to the vet. This is basically like your first aid kit, okay? So I'm gonna put together a couple signs to look out for and show you guys what you guys can do. So with that being said, let's get started with the video. Ding! So your bearded dragon lately has been acting weird, and you're asking yourself the question if he's sick. He might not be eating, he might be sleeping a lot, or simply looking mad all the time. The question is your bearded dragon sick? Well, when we look at the behaviors of a bearded dragon, when they are sick, it goes deeper than just looking upset. Sometimes a healthy bearded dragon can get sick out of nowhere. So the first sign that you want to look for is weight loss. Now, weight loss isn't that bad. You see, lately I've been on a fitness journey. You know what I mean? I've been drinking smoothies. But when it comes to a bearded dragon, when they lose weight, it can mean a lot of bad things. Bearded dragons are not looking in the mirror and being like, you know, ooh, I got 6 packs going on right now. Let me pose. No, they're not posing for the camera, okay? Even though sometimes they kind of do, but majority of the times a bearded dragon is not gonna flex in front of a mirror, okay? So when a bearded dragon actually starts losing weight, it could mean that it has parasites. Now, if your bearded dragon is a healthy weight and skips a few meals, it doesn't mean that it has parasites. Sometimes a bearded dragon likes to play with our emotions. They be like, yo, watch this. I'm gonna play dead and freak out my owner. Oh my god. But oh my god, but you know what I mean, right? Haven't you ever like just walked into your reptile room and like your bearded dragon's just sleeping all like spread out like that? Like, oh man, it freaks me out even till this day, okay? Like I get it at nighttime when they sleep, but in the daytime, like, why are you sleeping? Like, wake up, go eat your salad. But if your bearded dragon is just losing weight, you know, throughout the weeks or even throughout the days, then something is going on. So you should definitely keep a track record on your bearded dragon's weight. At least, you know monthly what your bearded dragon weighs. Now, speaking about parasites, a second sign to look for to see if your bearded dragon is sick is diarrhea. Now, if you're walking into your reptile room with Febreze already blasting and you're just spraying every inch of your room because of how bad it smells, because let's face it, no one's walking into their reptile room being like, smells delicious in here. Hey yo, what the? But you know what I mean, right? Like, if your bearded dragon's room or wherever you're keeping your bearded dragon, the minute you walk into that room and it just smells like complete disaster, then you know something's going on, okay? Because a bearded dragon, you know, the poop shouldn't smell delicious or anything, but it shouldn't smell that bad, like where it's like so sour and bitter and it burns your nose, because that's almost a clear sign that that bearded dragon most likely has parasites, especially if it has runny stool. Now, another sign that your bearded dragon is sick is that it starts displaying strange behaviors. Now, I'm not talking about your bearded dragon head bobbing, spazzing out when it sees another bearded dragon, or even trying to slide into your lady friend's DMs. No. What I'm talking about is your bearded dragon going from having perfect balance to looking like someone on a Friday night after a good time going out. So if your bearded dragon starts losing balance and starts showing signs of not being able to walk, then chances are this bearded dragon is starting to develop some sort of illness. It might be some sort of nutrition deficiency, so if you start seeing signs like this, you immediately want to take actions and start seeing what you can do with your bearded dragon's diet. You might not be giving it enough calcium or enough vitamins in general, or the UVB doesn't have enough power anymore. So making small little adjustments can go a very long way. But if you notice your bearded dragon already not being able to walk and everything, it might be a little bit too late, but those are some key things that you need to do regardless. Now, these are some obvious signs that your bearded dragon is sick, but you'd be surprised how many think their bearded dragon is sick, but in reality, their bearded dragon might be chilling. I remember when I first got my bearded dragon, anything that he did that was out of the ordinary, I thought he for sure was sick. When he head bobbed for the first time, I thought his neck was broken. When he licked me for the first time.
Hey yo, what the?
I'm done, man. Like, who's writing this? Who is writing this, man? They're setting me up for this. But honestly, any little thing that my bearded dragon did when I first got my bearded dragon, I thought I was doing everything wrong. But sometimes we just panic too much because we care a lot about these animals. So the best thing to do is just to look for the common signs of a normal bearded dragon and just be like, okay, I'm doing everything right. But if you start seeing things out of the ordinary, like your bearded dragon losing weight and, you know, showing other signs of illnesses, that's when you should start at least taking the proper steps of getting that bearded dragon back to health. But overall, if you are taking your bearded dragon with the proper care, you got the proper setup and everything, your bearded dragon should be thriving. Now, with that being said, one of the most common questions that I get is, my bearded dragon isn't drinking water. Is he sick? And although hydration is so important for any living creature, bearded dragons and reptiles can go a pretty long time without drinking any water. Now, that doesn't mean that your bearded dragon shouldn't be drinking water, but if a bearded dragon is eating its veggies and you're providing food that has some sort of hydration, like you're gut loading its crickets, sometimes that's enough for a bearded dragon to feel hydrated. But another sign that your bearded dragon is sick or getting sick is that it has sunken eyes or sunken fat pads. Sometimes this is due to dehydration or not having the proper diet. So if you're seeing your bearded dragon developing these signs, you want to make sure you're taking the proper steps to get that bearded dragon to bounce back, because it can get a little bit worse the longer you prolong this. If you start noticing your bearded dragon having his fat pads or even its eyes just sunken in, then you want to make sure that you're checking the temperatures, that it's not too hot, that it's not too cold. You want to make sure that you're providing the proper meals, as well as you're giving the hydration that it needs. So if you're doing all of these steps and it's still developing, then chances are there's something else internally going on with that bearded dragon, and you need to take it to the vet to get it checked out. Now, the last sign that your bearded dragon is sick is that it's coughing. You know that meme where the cat is just like, I can't even do it, but you know what I mean, right? That right there is what a bearded dragon would look like and kind of even sound like if it was coughing out something that it just ate. Now, if your bearded dragon is puking and it does this every single time you give it food, that is not a good sign. That means that bearded dragon, there's something going on and it's vomiting. If your bearded dragon vomits maybe once in a blue moon, which is rare, then you want to make sure that you're checking to see the amount of food. You know, if you give your bearded dragon too much food, it might regurgitate that out. Or if you're giving your bearded dragon too much food and then you're holding it, that might cause your bearded dragon to also regurgitate. So you don't want your bearded dragon vomiting or being sick. So give it a proper sized meal. Try not to hold them too much after they ate, as well as try not to get your bearded dragon sick. But at the end of the day, if you are taking the proper measures and you're doing everything you possibly can to take care of your bearded dragons, a healthy bearded dragon should be a-okay. You shouldn't panic. Well guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Now, like promised in my last video, I would like to give a quick shout out to Clownsy Funzy. Now, they wrote, I don't actually have a bearded dragon. I just watch these videos since Lord of the Lion is always hilarious and his bearded dragons are adorable. I appreciate you. But what do you mean you don't have a bearded dragon? Like, that's like me watching makeup tutorial videos and never putting on makeup. I don't actually wear makeup, but what I'm saying is, you're already doing the homework. You might as well get a bearded dragon. You know what I mean? Like, get yourself a bearded dragon. Trust me, you won't regret it. Or you might, like, after you have to clean it like every other day. But honestly, I truly appreciate the support, but also like to give a quick shout out to Jenny J and her bearded dragon Floyd. So if you guys want me to give you guys a shout out, let me know what your bearded dragon's name and age is in the comment section down below, and I'll put you guys in the next video. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you guys did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Let's smash that thumbs up like button. But with that being said, I'm Lord of the Lion. Keep the blood pumping, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Here we go.
You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that notification button, baby. You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that notification.
It might be some sort of nutrition deficit. It might be some short. Oh, I don't even know how to talk. It might be some sort of nutrition deficit. The fish? Oh my.
That notification button, baby, for me. Once you hit that notification button for me, baby. Come on, once you hit that notification button for me, baby. I said, once you hit that notification button for me, baby, gotta hit.